single time I go into a 9 to 5, I feel like something's going to happen to me.
It is a massive step to take, and for me, I didn't realise how much stress and anxiety it would cause.
Just reset, just go and do what you enjoy, even if that's go for a walk in the park or whatever fancies your boat type thing, right?
Especially when it comes to like tradesmen as well, when they come in to do things to the property and they'll come in and they're like, can I speak to the landlord? And I'm like, I'm the landlady.
I was posting 3 times a week and I couldn't even sustain that. And I was like, flipping hell, I've only got enough content for the next 2 weeks.
Because people need me to be the person that I am today and going to be in order for them to be the person they are supposed to be.
You know where I'm going with this.
I knew this question.
You know where
was
I'm going with
coming
this,
in.
right? Let's say anything pops up where, you know, you're both not on the same page. How do you settle a situation? Like, what do you do?
We yell at each other, really.
See, one of the biggest things that people don't do is think. You have to take ownership of your life. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss property, business, lifestyle and well-being. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, then please hit the like and subscribe button. So on today's episode, I have Tyron and Lauren, who are from Huddersfield. They have been together for 3 years now, and they offer a bespoke service to people who want to find rent-to-rent property deals. I have personally got a rent-to-rent joint venture agreement with them as well, and I can't wait to speak with them today and understand the challenges that they are going through and how their property journey is coming along. How was the journey?
It was really good.
Yeah,
literally.
it was straight, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got here in about 45. It was
So what
straight
time did you
in.
get here? 3 o'clock? Did you have something to eat?
No, I've just been chilling, having a drink.
Getting work done.
Getting a bit, before I come on and get a bit tipsy. So
No, because I'm driving, so I only had one.
Have you had one?
Yeah, I just had fun.
But
Do you get drunk fast or not?
I do, yeah. But
What about you?
I'm driving, so
I don't get drunk,
I'm
to be honest.
cool, calm and collected.
Are you sure?
But I've just submitted, literally while I was here, I've submitted my final assignment for uni.
Really?
So I've got no more assignments. I've just got my 10-week placement
Yeah.
and one medication exam, which is like dead easy. And I'm
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
finally.
Okay. So, let's go. Thank you for coming on, guys. Like, we know each other, so I appreciate that. So, whoever wants to go first, please introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are in 2 minutes. Who's going first?
Let's go first.
You can go first.
Okay. So my name is Tyron Moore from Huddersfield.
Yeah.
I grew up pretty much in like a council estate sort of thing, on mayonnaise sandwiches. That's how I grew up. Cardboard floor. That's how it used to be. And then now I just do property basically. So I don't work 9 to 5. I work when I want, which is all the time. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Love personal development, love moving forward. And then this is my lovely girlfriend / business partner.
My name's Lauren. I'm from Huddersfield. I am currently studying nursing at university and work alongside Tyron. Nearly about to qualify as an oncology nurse and obviously work in the business.
Nice. So, you both have been together for a while now, right?
About 3 years, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your roles in the business?
So mine's in the rent-to-rent side of the business. Mine's mainly working with tenants. I like to do all the viewings, do the contracts. I do like monthly check-ins with the tenants, stage the properties, things like that. And then in the deal sourcing side of the business, I'm like the admin person, do all the admin, things like that.
Okay, so here's my first real question, right? So you both are really very young.
Yeah.
Yeah? At what stage do you think that we want to get involved in property and start doing better for ourselves? You go first.
So I was 19.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never really actually thought about property anything like that.
Yeah.
I met Ty when I was 18, and his ambition was to always be in property. That's what he wanted to do from the get-go. When we went to our first like £1 event, and I was like, it's never gonna work. Like it's like one of them. I was one of them girlfriends. And then like after that event, I was like, wow, it actually works. Like I saw the results. And that's when Ty was like, let's do it together. So that's when we started paying for training, going to events, networking. And
So at 19?
19.
What about for yourself, Ty?
So I was 21. I didn't always think you could do property. I thought you had to be the rich person. Like you needed a lot of money to get into it. But then we saw like all the creative strategies, and that was like gold for me. I was like, oh, let's give that a go.
Yeah.
So we gave it a go, and then we got one property with a JV partner. We're not doing that property anymore because of personal circumstances. But then we restarted everything, doing everything we learned. We got a different mentor as well. Learned some new stuff, some even better stuff as well, and now we've just grown like our portfolio in a space of like 4 months. We've got like 3 rent-to-rents now, and we've got 2 more lined up coming as well. And that's just through reanalyzing and taking a step back, saying what were we doing, where we're trying to go to, and just reanalyzing and just doing it again.
We kind of had to do like a reset to realise like where we actually wanted to go, what we actually wanted to do. Anyway, we literally went back to zero and started again.
You have to do resets, don't you? Sometimes, because if there's so much information coming in, sometimes you can just get confused in it.
I think that's what was starting to happen, wasn't it?
That was our biggest lesson now, like setting it up correctly, brick by brick, from the bottom all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Making sure everything's in place first before just trying to throw random bricks on, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
That one's falling down, let's just put something back on that's not the right shape or whatever. Now we build it properly, and it's like systemized now pretty much. We don't even touch the properties anymore because we get it all in process. We've got all the team in place and everything like that.
Yeah. So at 21 years old, you basically started getting involved in property, and then what, you paid for that for an event, went there, and then just thought, wow.
Yeah, so I did about 10 other businesses, as everyone does. 10 other businesses before, drop shipping, affiliate marketing,
Before you got into property?
I did
trading. I lost 10 grand there. Did a match betting, 5k there.
That's when I met him, and he was literally like,
all my student finance, everything I made, I saved all my student finance, right? I put it all into like just different investments, just trying different things. It was one at a time, businesses, you name it, I did it. And nothing stuck, nothing felt personal for me. It didn't really work.
What do you mean training? You put...
Trading.
Oh, trading.
So like Forex trading and...
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm going to buy here, sell here.
Yeah.
10 grand gone, like that. So it was like that, and it was getting way too emotional, and it was just to the point where it was like too deep. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is not the right profession. Let's try something else. I kept trying. It was literally like the 10th one, which is property, what worked. And then I felt, this is what I want to do.
Since
then,
clicked.
we're just gone then, yeah.
Okay. So, Ty, what books have you read so far? And out of the ones that you've read, what do you recommend to someone to read for their very first book?
Okay, so I read 1 book a week.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Audible, but I make notes. So when I read it, when I listen to it, I make notes of the golden nuggets. So the first book, so actually on our website, we've got book recommendations of in order what to read it in. We've already prepared for that. So the first one we always say is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. That's just to open your eyes to see what's possible really, and see the complexities of the actual system. So that's number 1. Then we've got like Can't Hurt Us by David Goggins, to actually push yourself beyond your limits. Most people don't. They only go like 30, 40, 50, 60%. They don't push themselves past the limit to burnout. I personally think you need to go to burnout, so then you know where your ceiling is. Otherwise, you're like, could I have gone more? Could I have gone a little bit less? You don't know until you've done that. So that's Can't Hurt Us by David Goggins. We've got T. Harv Eker, which is The Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. I read that one once a month. In the book, it says to do it. And the reason why I do that is because I want that millionaire mindset, which is like in terms of abundance, not thinking about scarcity, enjoying every little aspect of the world. Like when you're walking down the street to the gym, for example, you're looking at the sky, you're seeing the trees, you're taking everything in and looking at it from a positive angle. Rather than, oh, everyone's miserable, it's grey. I don't think like that. So those are the top 3 books I would say is the ones that got me going really.
Yeah. But do you read one a week, yeah?
Yeah, one a week, yeah.
Wow. So by the end of this year, you'll have read 50, right?
Yeah. I've got, I think, a library of like 400 books ready. Some of them are not good. It's trying to figure out which ones are actually good and not good.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Some of them are like terrible books. So I maybe read like 3 or 4 pages and I'm like, all right, this book's shit. Moving on. Next one. Just like that.
You have to connect with it, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lauren, you are a nurse, right? And still doing property stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like realistically, like how much stress is it really like when you're starting off? Because there'll be a lot of people that are gonna be like, like stuck in their jobs.
Yeah.
So what's the stresses like realistically? Pay attention. I've got some exciting news for you guys. I've launched a 7-day total free audio course for you guys, which is going to help you improve and elevate your mindset, and it's also going to help you in your business. All you have to do is go and sign up every single day, day 1 to day 7. You will receive a free 2-minute audio from me in my own words, in my voice, and what that will do is help you in your business and your mindset. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it.
So a lot of people have actually reached out to me and said that they're doing like nursing alongside property, and I think it is a massive step to take. And for me, I didn't realise how much stress and anxiety it would cause by doing both. But it was like the best step I took as well. So when I'm focused on university, I focus on university. I do all my assignments, get them done, and then I can focus on the business. Obviously, Ty's there, we work together, so when I'm not there, he's there to do it.
Yeah.
But it has caused a lot of stress for me. Now I'm coming to the end of it. It's getting a lot better. I've like had a few weeks off. I've managed to do like my assignments, get them done, and then I've been doing property for like the last 2 weeks, and it's been absolutely fine.
Yeah. So it's like dips and.
Yeah, it definitely has been up and down. And when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it is really bad. And sometimes I just have to take myself out of the situation, like maybe go with Ty, have some time for myself, like whatever I find at that time is like good for me, just to take myself away from everything, reset and then come back to it.
Well, that's a good little tip there.
Yeah, no, definitely. It has really helped.
Yeah. So if someone's in your situation and they want to juggle both of them, just reset. Just go and do what you enjoy, even if that's like go for a walk in the park or whatever fancies your boat type thing,
yeah,
right?
Definitely, because it's been 2 years that I've managed to do it like but alongside each other.
Yeah.
Obviously it's coming to an end now, so I'll go into nursing full time for maybe a year and then maybe slow that down a little bit and take property on again.
Well done to you. So
Thank you.
Tyrone, I know you guys offer rent-to-rent deals to investors. Tell me more.
So a rent-to-rent deal, for those of us that don't know, is basically you rent the property from a landlord as a company under a company let. So it has to be under a company, otherwise it would be classed as subletting, which is illegal. So it has to be under a management agreement or a company let, for example, and then you rent it out again using ideally one or two different strategies. You've got service accommodation, which could be putting it on Airbnb, Booking.com, that kind of feel.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other one, which is what we specialise in mainly, is HMOs. So you rent out, let's say, a 6-bedroom house for 1.5k, and then you rent out each room for about £550 per month. And then you keep the profit, you pay the bills, and then you pay the landlord's rent as well. Everyone's happy. It's a win-win.
Yeah. So what sort of investors are you looking for? Like, what sort of like people are you looking to work with?
So we actually just changed the model here recently, like literally last week. So we've just restarted our deal selling side, basically. So we're still getting that groups together as well. So what we're doing now is we don't want investors who are going to be brand new property, completely never done anything to do with it.
Yeah.
We want people who at least understand the concept of rent to rent, service accommodation, because we don't offer like a handhold service. Like we're not going to be with you for the whole 5-year term.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the property. We can find that for you. That's no problem. But you've got to make sure it works after that. It's your responsibility. So we kind of want people who are already have some knowledge and some concept of the idea behind the rent-to-rent model.
Yeah.
Maybe even have a couple of rent-to-rents themselves. Or if they are very struggling and they are like in a high-paying job, maybe 100k a year, 50k a year, and they want more rent to rents, but they don't have time to learn it or anything.
Yeah.
We do offer a bespoke service, which is where they pay a certain fee up front, maybe about £1,000, and then we would go out and find their specific deal that matches their criteria, and would help them a lot more. You get a lot more value for that.
Yeah.
And then it's just the same process as selling a normal deal to an investor, but that one, it's a lot more like we give you a lot more input and we'll get it systemized for you from the get-go. So that's what we offer there.
Handheld, more of a handheld process
Yeah.
for busy people, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And how much do you charge for that, or have you not?
So that one, it's about 3 to 4K.
Okay.
So it's not much more, to be honest. We just offer that for serious ones. We're kind of going down that route now more than anything else. We're not really messing about with other people where it's not serious. It's like, oh, are you interested in the deal? Yeah, I'll pay the fee in a couple hours. Never get back to you.
Is that what they do? People do that?
They do it. They do it. And then the deal goes cold. You've lost the deal. You've just lost $3,000.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
feed
yeah,
your
yeah.
family. So I get really annoyed at that. So I will only work bespoke. It's kind of where we're heading towards now. We'll still send deals out that don't fit our investors' criteria.
Yeah.
We'll send them out there and see who bites. But mainly it's just a bespoke we're focusing on because we want to offer that expertise service, which we know we can offer.
100%. And you know what? That is a great way to go down, because then you know that they're serious, isn't it?
100%,
So like most of them, like otherwise you'll just be chasing stuff where it's going around circles, isn't it? So Ty, I see you're pushing your business every day. Like you're still young. So like what is it you're struggling with in terms of like in business?
So in terms of business, it's probably the biggest thing is probably like, I'd probably say guidance. So currently, usually what I normally do is post every single day on social media. I'll do the marketing, all that kind of stuff. And it's bringing in investors, which is working. However, like right now, I'm on like a social media detox. So I've uninstalled all the apps. I only go on like once a day for about 5 minutes just to answer messages.
Yeah.
And it's just remaining focused on the work, which I've just managed to knock down now. And it's every single day I'm working, which is brilliant. It's just the next steps of where I'm going. The exact plan is what I'm missing, I think, there.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of like, we're using different mentors and stuff, but we're trying to find new ones as well who we can learn different aspects from, because we've not found one mentor yet that's got everything that we want to know. There's other aspects of different mentors that we want to learn as well and absorb and utilize that in the industry as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely it does make sense. So like I always say to people, like if you're gonna sometimes like when you're starting off on social media, especially, like just start with once a week, then go 2 a week, because realistically, like you can't think it's not not posting for a month, you're posting for like now years now. So if you're busy, start with 1, go to 2, and then you can think like, oh, I can do this for the next 3 months, me, or 4 months, 6, and then push up to 3.
Yeah.
And then stick there for a bit, because that way it won't be too stressful.
Yeah, because every day was like a massive thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. A lot of people do that. They'll start, and then it's like, because it does take a lot of and it doesn't pay you back sometimes. So it's like you're doing the work for free.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing work for free.
It's like an investment.
Yeah.
Putting it in, you're not going to get anything back
No,
for
you're not
going
gonna
to
get anything.
Really. 2-3 years even
No.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But, and I remember when I first started off, that was it. I was posting 3 times a week, and I couldn't even sustain that. And then I was like, flipping hell, I've only got enough content for the next 2 weeks. And then what? And then I was like, most of my focus was going on stuff which isn't paying me. And then you actually neglecting what you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
The income generating tasks that are left behind.
Yeah.
Let's make a video.
Yeah. But but you'll learn all that anyway. But yeah. Okay, so Lauren, overall, like, it's still a small amount of women in the property game, and hopefully as time passes, more get involved. Why do you think that is?
Personally, especially for me, being young and a woman, has been really difficult in property. So, like, going to landlords, like, trying to get rent to rents, going into estate agents, things like that. Like, I felt like everyone's looked down on me, because I'm just young. I don't look like a landlord, like that kind of vibe. Especially when it comes to like tradesmen as well, when they come in to like do things to the property and things like that.
Contractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll come in and they're like, oh, can I speak to the landlord? And I'm like, well, I'm the landlady.
I'm the landlady.
When it comes to contractors and they come in and they're like, oh, can I speak to the landlady? And I'm like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
no one really believes that because I'm just young, I'm a woman. And I think that can be like a massive thing. And I think a lot of women think that it's not for them. And like property is just like a man's game. And I think there is a lot of women in the game now. But
There is more.
There is more, and it is like up and coming. But I think it's something different. And for me, it has been like a massive step to take, but it was a good step.
Yeah. So could you see yourself like I know you both do things together, but could you see yourself like in that for the next 5-10 years? Is it something you're passionate about?
Yeah, definitely. I think I want to do my nursing for a year when I've qualified because I need to get my skills like set and everything.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll still be focused on property, but just not as much. And then after that, I'm definitely going to go back into the game properly. And yeah, see where it goes. But I can definitely see us. We're getting more and more things systemised now.
Yeah,
so I think it'll be more passive income rather than actually being on the job.
And you learn every single day as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Tyrone, tell me about your personal development journey so far. Like, what because it's a constant thing. You know that. We all know 100%. It's a constant thing. But what is it like has been the biggest things that you feel like, you know what, I've come a bit further with that one?
Yeah, so I've always had like a fire in my belly. And it's because when I was 6 years old, my dad committed suicide.
Okay.
So I didn't realise at the time, but I had so much anger. I'd get hammers, smash walls, throw weights at windows, throw like all my toys around in my room, smash everything up. And it was because of that, but I didn't realise at the time. And the weird thing is, it was actually a film that came out in 2008. You probably know it, The Incredible Hulk.
Heard of it, but I've not watched it.
Yeah, so that came out, right? And then there was something in there which was like just golden. It resonated with me a lot. So obviously the Hulk is a raging monster and anger all the time and stuff. So Betty Ross is his like love interest.
All right. Okay.
So what she said to him before he turned into the Hulk was, "You can't control the anger. What's going to happen?" And he said, "Maybe I can't control it, but what if I could aim it?" And I was like, what if I could aim it? And then that literally was the moment I went on personal development. And I was like, what if I aimed it into becoming a different being, basically? That I don't want to be like this. For carry on, I'm going to put in jail. I'm going to hurt someone I love. So let's just scrap that person.
Change your identity.
Use all that energy I've still got. Let's go to the gym. Get angry there. The weights, you're going to put enough weight on. You're not going to be able to lift that up. It's going to humble you as well. So you're not going to get too cocky. So that was my first step. My biggest one. And then the next one was financially. So that was physically, just learning how to control my body there, because I'm quite a big guy. Sometimes I'm clumsy and stuff. But next one was financially. So like I said, we grew up on mayonnaise sandwiches, like a chocolate bar a day. That was it kind of thing. We had no money for anything. It was charity shop closed, the Welcome Centre, which is like a food bank. We used to use that really to pay for stuff. It was only like about 5 years ago we were still using that. So it wasn't too far away. And my family's always struggled with money ever since, obviously, my dad passed. So I felt like it was my responsibility
as a man,
to push forward and make that happen. Like no one else is going to do it in my family, so I've got to do it. And that pushed me into reading, which was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad first. Opened it up. I was like, how do rich people? How can they afford a bloody Ferrari and Lamborghini and stuff, and we can't afford like a Snickers bar at the shop? How is that? Why is that? How can they afford that? And they're not even working 24/7. So I was like, there's something missing there. Then I was like, all right, let's get a job, learn from there, and then I fall mentally ill every time I have a 9-to-5 job. So I don't like 9-to-5 jobs working for someone else, because I always get mentally ill, like seriously mentally ill.
Do you?
Yeah, like it's pretty
really,
bad.
really bad.
Like what though? What part?
Like I'd had a sales job and I was decent at the sales job and stuff, but because I'm working for someone else, I'm working their hours, and it just didn't feel right for me. It was too much. Like every single time I go into a 9-to-5, I feel like something's going to happen to me. Like I'm just like, this is not what I'm for. So whether it's God or the universe or whatever, it's like I look at that as an indication. This is not the path you're supposed to be on. do something else. And now I'm like the happiest I've ever been, making the most money I've ever made, and able to help more people than I've ever helped. But that's through just looking at self-analysis, really. What is going wrong? How can you improve that a little bit? Just improve that 1% every single day. That's my philosophy, really.
Yeah, no, that's really, really powerful. That's really, really good. So, Ty, tell me, what do you love about Lauren?
Ooh. Ooh, this could be a little short one for you.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I'm joking, I'm joking,
Already?
I'm joking.
That's took so long to answer, right?
So, I love her personality, right? So, she's so caring. I wasn't very, my family after what happened wasn't very together. But with Lauren, she made me more into a family man. She helped me understand the value of family and just living life and having like those experiences with people you love. And she got me closer to my mum. So me and my mum never really spoke after what happened. And then she got us, now we speak each other every single day.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And she takes me out. Her family's welcomed me in as well. I love that about her. I love that she supports me regardless. The property. She knew I had no experience in it. She's got no experience in it. All of our family and friends were saying, don't do it. It's a scam. You're going to lose all your money.
That was really hard.
She's the only one that stuck by me.
Wow.
Only person that said, I'll do it with you. Only person. Even my best mate, even my mum, no one else supported apart from Lauren. So for that, I'm always going to be there for her.
Yeah. Well, that's really nicely put.
I know.
Yeah. So, Lauren,
Quite nice to hear that.
question to you now.
Oh, no.
So, what do you find annoying about Ty?
What?
Oh, that's a tricky one. So, what do I find most annoying? Probably.
Where does he piss you off?
So obviously he loves to work. He absolutely loves to work. His 9 to 5 was like obviously not the way to go. So property is like his thing now. Well, it's our thing. But he literally spends every hour of every day on the business, no matter what. So, which is obviously a good thing. Like,
That's
absolutely
a compliment.
amazing.
That's a compliment.
That's a
to him.
compliment, yeah.
Can't insult me, can you?
But then, like when I've submitted my essays, when I've done a placement, I'm like, oh, can we go and just have like a celebratory drink?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm working. Oh no, I'm working, and I'm like, please, I just want to do something. But yeah, probably that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think.
So basically, he's too committed to his work.
Yeah, but you can't be too committed because like that is such a positive thing. Like, but I just feel sometimes he just needs to balance. Balance is key.
That's what you feel, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go, mate. You've been told.
Yeah, because like we're like together, so we've got to have a relationship and we've got to have a business. You've got to make things work.
Interesting. Okay. So in any relationship, like it's absolutely normal to get into arguments. Yeah? You know where I'm going with this.
I knew this question.
You know where
was
I'm going with
coming.
this, right? So let's say anything pops up where, you're both not on the same page. How do you settle a situation? Like, what do you do?
We yell at each other, really. That's kind of the basis. Just maybe
Yeah.
give it a day and then we rest.
Okay.
So we usually have a go at each other massively.
Like literally scream at each other?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen often.
It's only ever happened twice.
that's good.
We've only ever
Twice.
argued
Twice
twice
in 3 years.
That's
3 years.
therapy.
Every relationship has to have an argument. And
Is it just all verbal, yeah?
yeah.
You don't start
no,
punching
no,
walls
no.
and all
Oh,
that?
no.
No, okay.
No. But I feel like we're such opposite people. Like, literally, Ty's at one end of the spectrum and I'm at the other. Like, we are literally in no way, shape or form
Like with different
similar.
colour, different height, different sex.
A lot of egos involved, yeah? At that point.
Yeah, I think it is.
Stubbornness.
It's
normal
both,
that, to be
yeah,
honest.
and we've had different backgrounds. Like, mine and Ty's backgrounds are completely different.
Yeah. You mean
but-
culturally, yeah?
Not even that, just
Just
like
the quality of
our
life we've brought
upbringing.
up,
Yeah.
middle class, poverty and stuff.
So yeah, it was difficult to begin with, but we just work so good together now. Like, because we're so different, it like obviously we attract, but like I don't know, we just
It complements each other,
yeah,
really.
we definitely
Yeah,
complement
yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah.
But whenever we argue, we always have a couple of days off straight after.
What do you mean a couple of days? Like go out
So
somewhere?
we just, no, like we separate from each other. just have a couple of days rest from each other, like a break,
Really?
just to calm everything. And what usually happens at that point, the first time we had an argument in the business, we went down management route. So we weren't going to do rent to rents anymore. We were just going to do managing properties for landlords. And we got about, I think it was like 10 or 11 properties in a few months. But we started arguing with each other. We started
That's a
having
really good
problems.
model, you know.
It was going well, but we didn't like the lack of control. Like, look, we need to fix this. The tenant wants this. And they were like, no. And we were like, yeah, this is not for us. So we stepped back and we're like, we're arguing because this is not what we want to do. Again, it's probably a little wink to us, like, you're not on the right track.
You're not on the right track.
Step away, go do something else. And that's what we did, and now it's just working out. So we look at it as an observation there.
So when you do argue, like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I was in an argument with somebody and then not called them for a day, like, who calls who first? Or who texts?
It's probably me. Probably me.
So he's just stubborn, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He is so stubborn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. He is the king of kings, like, honestly. No bashing down. But yeah, it is probably me. Like, sometimes it's not even a full day. Like, we don't argue a lot, to be fair. And if we do, it's always over the business. Like, we've never had a relationship argument. And I know that sounds really stupid, but we literally haven't.
So do you say sorry to each other then? Like, okay, I was sorry for that. Or...
Yeah, like, sorry for yelling. I shouldn't have handled it that way.
Yeah, like Pacific's what you're sorry about.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of figure it out. Like, the first time we ever argued, it was massive. And so when I went to see Ty the next time, because obviously I have the car, so I have to drive to his house.
Yeah.
So it's always me, like, making the first step. Literally didn't speak. It was so awkward.
In the car?
No, like, when I got to his house, we literally just didn't speak. And then he told me to write down exactly what was wrong.
Well, that's a good way.
So we didn't speak.
I don't remember this personally.
We literally wrote it down. Can you not? We literally wrote it down and then passed it to each other, and it said exactly the same thing. So we just, like, aired it out, and then that's it.
So when's the anniversary?
23rd of June.
Oh.
Wow.
What are you doing?
I'm just testing him.
Well done.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh.
What year?
2020.
That one that far off, I'll give him that.
Oh,
At least he got the
can't
date.
believe that time.
date
You
and
don't even
month.
know when the anniversary is.
When's our birthday, Ibby?
You don't know.
You
He's not
never-
gonna have a clue.
I never asked you that question, so I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't even know. When I remember it was a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Lauren, what do you love about Ty? Hey YouTube, I'm really sorry to cut you off, but I have to share this with you. I want you to get to your next level, and I believe that personal development is the gateway to success. So what I've done is I've gone and created a 7-day free audio course. This is totally free. All you have to do is sign up, and from day 1 till day 7, every single day, you will receive a 2-minute audio from me, which will elevate your mindset and give you power in your business. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it.
His motivation.
You love his motivation?
Yeah. So, like, I do. So it's not a bad thing that, like, he's so focused on the business, but I just love that, like, he's so passionate about it, and he's so, like, he motivates me to want to do well, and motivates, like, he started going back to the gym again, and I started going back to the gym again now, because I'm like, it motivates, every day he's
Pushes
going,
you in the right direction.
Yeah, obviously he's really loving and caring, which is always, and he stands by me, which is, like, a massive thing, because I've always struggled with my anxiety ever since my GCSEs, actually. And there's times where I'll just have a massive breakdown for no reason, and he's there all the time when I need him to be.
Yeah.
So if he has to step away from the business, he will do. And I think that's, like, a massive trait, just to have someone there, like, when you need it the most.
Yeah. So when he sees that, you know, you're at a breaking point now, he knows when to just
and sometimes
give you all the attention.
Yeah. Like, sometimes when I'll just be really silent, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And he's like, "What's wrong?" And he'll keep going until I burst.
Yeah. Well, when women say there's nothing wrong, there's always something wrong. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's future plans then with with the property stuff that you're doing? Because obviously you are literally just started off, literally. Who do you want to target? Investors, people that have skin in the game a little bit. What's plans then for the rest of the year, next year?
Yeah, so this year we're focusing on rent-to-rents. So we're not doing any buy-to-lets, BR, anything like that.
Nothing.
We're just doing rent-to-rents. So it's very specific. So we're doing 2 different strategies there. So we're going to be taking on rent-to-rents ourselves.
Yeah.
We want in 10 by the end of this year. We're well on track for that massively. We're probably going to get that earlier. And then we're also wanting to sell a lot of rent-to-rent deals to investors who want to get out of that job that they're in, who want a different way of life. Maybe if it's someone who's done a £1 course before or done some sort of training in property, who didn't get the value that they feel like there was needed. Maybe they need a little helping hand. Maybe they want a JV, because we do a lot of JVs now as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes where we put the money in, sometimes where someone else puts the money in, depends on location and stuff. But we do offer that to a lot of people now. Like I've got a guy in Birmingham, he's always wanted to like take on more rent-to-rents. He just doesn't have the capital to do it. So we help him out. We've said get 5. We'll do 5 with you, up to 5.
Yeah.
There's always that opportunity there to work with people there.
Yeah,
and then we also want the investors to come, even if they're a bit more experienced than we are, because we are still young. But we know what we're doing in rent-to-rent, so we can help out there. So for example, if you wanted a deal, you're in property already, but you wanted a systemized deal, we can present that to you through the bespoke service. That's where we're heading.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So no BRRs yet.
Not yet. Next year is the plan for that.
Is that what the plan?
Yeah.
You're
so
still young, aren't you, man?
This year, our end goal by December is to have moved out and live together. So like for that, we need the rent-to-rents, like
Money
the
to
money
come
to
in,
come
regular.
We want the passive income to pay for it. So we don't want any deal sourcing to go towards any of our living expense or anything like that. We want it all to be passive before we move out of our parents' house, basically. So we're just staying there until then. I think that's quite wise. So then when we're actually there, we can reinvest everything else. Reinvest. And we're still working then, because you'll be working on £2,000. Let's say we're getting £6,000 from the rent-to-rents, from like 10 rent-to-rents, for example. That's already like 8 grand just between her and the business.
Deal source is a bonus, right?
Yeah,
deal
exactly.
Going full time on that. Like, it's going to be
like,
life-changing, that.
I want to carry on my nursing because that's always like been my passion. Just to help people like make a life-changing thing for someone. So obviously I can do that through nursing, but I can do that in property as well. Like the other day when a lady came to me and was like, "Oh, I need a house. Like I'm currently living in a hotel," and I was like, "Oh, we've got a room for you." Like for me, that was just so heartwarming because I was able to help someone out. And I think that's always like my running passion, really.
Yeah, well, that's really good. You went on a holiday recently, didn't you?
We did.
Where did you go?
Lanzarote.
Lanzarote.
My 21st.
How was that?
Amazing.
It was excellent. We still worked a little bit over there, but we made time to work and then we made time to play. We like to work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
So we went over there, absolutely we even considered moving out there. And it was just like a different way of life, the way the people are compared to British people. No offense to British people, but they were so like happy. And it's probably just because of the sun. It was probably just because of that. And I was like, I like it here, I like it. Got a tan and everything. It's gorgeous.
It was completely different. Met
Different
some
way
really
of
nice
life.
people.
Honestly, it is. You know, working in the sun is just different, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're working in a dark little room. So might be something there, for you guys, maybe next year.
We said that. Because I want to move out, and obviously I need to keep my job. So my job's in Leeds in LGI, so I need to do that for like at least a year. And then once that's done, that's when we'd probably think about moving abroad. Even if it's just for a couple of years, just to get some sun, like work hard for a little bit.
Experience as well. Learn a new language, meet new people.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How's your gym life? Your health and...
I love it.
Have you been going every day?
Every single day.
Really?
Like, what is it, 7:30 in the morning every single day, just going. Love it. It's just push-pull legs every single...
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, no cardio, nothing, just trying to bulk up really and get as big as possible.
Yeah.
We're actually going on a helicopter ride soon, aren't we?
Oh,
Really?
So for his birthday, it was meant to be a surprise, but like, obviously I can't keep surprises at all. So, I booked this like helicopter experience, and we went to book it the other day, and it said no more than 15 stone.
Which is 95 kg.
What are you?
I am 95 kg, but I'm bulking right now. I've just started the bulk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be way over.
And we're not going till August, so by the time...
Right. Really? Is that what they said?
Yeah. Otherwise, we
You
didn't...
have to charge for 2 seats.
Yeah,
Or something.
you
It's
have
something to do
to charge
with
for, like,
fuel or something.
2 people.
I'm just like,
That's a scam, that.
I'm going to go in and be like, Lauren weighs way less, so can we just balance it out? It'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay, that was interesting. So, what's it called? What's your future plans then? Any last messages you want to leave with anybody? Anything that you want to say? Anything you want to say? Just a little inspirational motivation. Because at the end of the day, you are doing really well, and you've got like focus now. You've got plans to go move forward in. So, what would you say to somebody who is probably where you was a year ago, or you was a year ago?
I think the biggest message is, for me, so because obviously I am doing university and doing property, a lot of people are like, oh, that's going to be too much, you're never going to be able to do it. And having anxiety as well, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it then, because I was listening to them people, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? And I think for me, you've just got to, once you've got an idea, you've just got to run with it. And if it fails, it fails. Like, I'm only 21, what's the worst that's going to happen? So I think just keep going.
Brilliant attitude, yeah. What about you?
Just the circumstances you're born into, it doesn't define who you are.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wants the public authority, but no one wants the private discipline to go with it. Everyone wants to be shining, be like The Rock, be like always on there, but no one sees what he does. He's having like 4 hours sleep and stuff like that. No one sees what he does behind the closed doors.
Yeah.
And there's millionaires coming out of the woodwork, coming from nothing. Times are changing now. It's not just traditional way of like you needed a lot of money to make more money. You can make money from doing pretty much anything now.
Yeah.
But you need to know what you're doing, and you need to stay consistent with it. Not come home from a 9-to-5 job, do like 1 hour and expect to be a millionaire. You need to be working every single hour as much as possible. And if you do that, and you still don't make it, then you're in the wrong industry. But if you do make it, then it's because you put the work in and you deserve it. That's pretty much what I think now. So that's why I'm working every single second of every single day to make that work, not just for me, but it's the family around me. Because people need me to be the person that I am today and going to be in order for them to be the person they are supposed to be. Like, I could be a multimillionaire I will be in the future, right? And someone else will need me to be that person. So then they look up to, maybe I mentor them and then bring them up out of a family. Maybe they've got an abusive father or something, and they want to move away with their mum, and then they need money. I help with that. That's just an example of where I see ourselves going massively, that just giving back to people, really.
Yeah. And I think that's brilliantly put as well. And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. 100%.
It's all about just giving back eventually, isn't it? Guys, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Loved it.